What's up, classmates? I'm Robert Sawyer.
And I'm Mrs. Sawyer.
And together, we are
the only black kids in the class.
Mrs. Sawyer, Mrs. Sawyer, Mrs. Sawyer. It's been a long time since we've recorded an episode.
It has been.
It has been for us. For you guys, you're like, what are you talking about? But it's been a little minute. What's been going on?
Oh, we've been traveling.
Where you been?
Some other parts of Europe there.
Other parts of Europe?
Yeah. Places I've never even can imagine that I would have been to.
Did you experience cheeses the likes of which you've never even seen before?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
That's my kind of trip.
Yes, I did.
Shout
yes,
out Arsenio. So why so vague? Tell the people where you've been.
I'm not vague. We went to Iceland, multiple parts of Iceland. We went to the Shetland Islands. We went to Amsterdam.
You said Amsterdam?
Amsterdam.
Oh.
Amsterdam, and we went to London.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out London.
It was a nice time.
I had a great time. I was chilling with my wife like every day.
Every day, all day.
Sometimes we just stayed in bed later. Sometimes we were up and about hiking. Very interesting.
Yes, it was a great time.
And now we're back.
We are back.
Back like we never left.
Yes.
So,
good stuff.
What have you been thinking about since you've been back? We've been back a little bit now. How's the transition from vacation to regular life been?
It wasn't, I think to me, I found that was the appropriate amount of vacation time for me.
Okay. I'm glad it was the appropriate amount.
So yeah, for me now, if we do less than that, that's just like a quick getaway.
Okay.
There's like something flying.
Yeah. You're a real fly, so I probably didn't notice.
So it was like, I would say that was that to me is the acceptable amount of vacation time.
Acceptable amount.
That and more. Like that's like the minimum or more longer time.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So
today's episode is going to be something that's becoming a little more normal with the classmates.
That's more normal with the classmates.
All Ask the Black Kids submissions.
Okay.
We've got a few of them.
You know I like that.
The classmates have been writing in. The engagement has been engaging. The class has been a buzz.
I love it. I'd much rather have it with people who were part of our community. So no, nothing against Reddit, but
I'm beginning to have a few things against Reddit.
Oh, really?
But I'll get to that when we have our announcements later on. For now,
okay,
let's get into our first Ask the Black Kids email.
Woohoo!
And what better way to kick it off than with a follow-up from a previous Ask the Black Kids.
You know I like a good update.
Do you remember the one where it said, is it general anxiety, ADHD, attachment, or is this a sign to end it? And every time she was like feeling close with her husband, or if she wasn't around her husband, she felt like she needs to just end the relationship, but she has no intention of leaving him?
Vaguely.
Well, fortunately, that first time she gave us a ChatGPT summary.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, which,
we
bravo.
Like her. Yeah, we like her. Yes.
So you remember it now?
Yes. Yes.
Dear only black kids in the class, I appreciate y'all's insight. I realize my title was misleading. I did not want to be diagnosed, but have been diagnosed with general anxiety and ADHD.
Oh, okay.
I have a psychiatrist and am currently looking for a new therapist. I was nervous when Mr. Sawyer gave a PSA before reading my email and felt like I was in trouble. You're definitely not in trouble.
No.
From y'all discussion, I realized I never asked my spouse how he felt, but made speculation on what I thought he was feeling behind the scenes. I recently asked him and was surprised by his relaxed response about just being happy that I am becoming better. He is a very in-the-moment person, while I tend to stress about the past and what-ifs. Instead of stewing in an anxious thought cycle, I definitely plan on just asking and learning to communicate rather than making assumptions. I was not surprised by the topic of insecurity coming up. I have heard it before. My insecurities lead me to doubt my decisions and feelings, as well as position myself as the problem or undeserving, but I am actively working through this.
Very good.
In the end, I was just surprised or confused on how I could still have doubts and a need to leave when I was with someone I love and in a healthy environment. Anxiety, to my extent, is a wild experience that makes me feel like my brain is working against me, an internal enemy at times. Thank y'all again. Mrs. Sawyer, I love that you talk to yourself. Sometimes you just got to have that conversation.
Okay. See, I'm not the only one.
Tracy Ellis Ross. Shout out Tracy Ellis Ross, friend of the show.
I love it. I love it. I love that. I love to hear that there's work being done there and that she took the time and actually followed through with her husband and asked him. Sometimes that just alleviates a lot of all the 10 possibilities that it could be.
10?
Yeah.
Well, like 100. That's just the way anxiety works.
Yeah. So shout out, Tracy. Thanks for providing the update. And I'm glad you're doing the work and you're seeing results paying off.
Let's get into this next one. It's titled, Wanted to Share My Story.
Okay, let's share.
Hello. Love the podcast. I don't have a question, but I thought my story would be entertaining and possibly a cautionary tale for others.
Okay.
Not looking for advice, just here to share the story of how my husband was a walking red flag wrapped in mediocre charm for 7 whole years.
Oh.
Mediocre charm sounds disgusting.
Yeah. That's not
So
like bacon.
buckle.
That's not like bacon.
No. So buckle up, folks, because this is the tale of how I, 42-year-old female, found out my loving husband, 43-year-old male, was actually running a side quest called Serial Cheating, the extended edition, for the entire duration of our relationship. Spoiler alert, the man had sequels. Goddamn.
That's terrible. That's already terrible. Vile.
Nasty work. We were together for 7 years, married for 2. I thought we had one of those relationship goals things going on. Easy, fun, full of inside jokes and late night snacks. Oof. Turns out it was more relationship trolls, and the only inside joke was me.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Rewind to about year 3. I go visit my mom across the country for a week. I come back early because I missed him, cue the irony, and immediately make a beeline for the bathroom, only to find a used condom in the trash can. Romantic, right?
No.
Nothing says, welcome home, babe, like someone else's bodily fluids in your garbage. Naturally, I lost it, packed up faster than a cat in a thunderstorm, and went to stay with a family in another state. But of course, he pulled out the grand gesture, tears, flowers. I swear it was just once, blah, blah, blah. Against my better judgment and the screaming voice in my head, I believed him. I gave him a second chance, even rebuilt trust. Oh, past me, sweet, gullible, Netflix and delusional past me. Fast forward to now. I see one of his old phones chilling on the floor by our bed and another charging on the nightstand like it pays rent. My curiosity said, tap in. 2 tries later, I'm in. And the very first image I see is some girl's ass, which honestly, I almost respected for its boldness. I dig deeper. What do I find? A greatest hits collection of him sleeping with other women in our bed.
In your bed?
In our bed.
Oh, no.
Nasty work. Videos, FaceTime screenshots with boobs front and center. Text. Oh, the text. Not only was he cheating, he was name dropping me in combos with these women like I was some minor inconvenience interrupting his Playboy subscription.
God damn.
And yes, they were exchanging I love yous, plural, to multiple women. Timestamps showed that this started before we even moved in together. So technically, cheating is our relationship's longest running tradition. When he got home, I confronted him. His response? But I stopped when we got married. Oh, sir, you expect me to believe you just turned off the hoe switch because we signed a marriage license? Please.
Yeah.
He begged, said he loved me, suggested thaerappy. I suggested he get out.
Yep.
Then I booked a solo vacation to Disney because if anyone deserves a mouse-shaped churro and a break, it's me. Thankfully, by the time I got back, he was gone. Probably off somewhere charging another old phone. I'll be filing for divorce ASAP. Anyway, thanks for listening to my TED Talk on trusting your gut, not your man.
Oh, that's terrible.
Terrible.
That's terrible. Sorry to hear about that, classmate. All I can send you is some positive healing there. That's going to take some time to get to. But I say always trust your gut, and hopefully your man is in sync and aligned with your gut.
How do you learn to trust your gut?
Mine is. My gut, she kind of got like her own little real estate here. So she never did me wrong. I always touch my gut.
How do you learn?
You learn?
Yeah.
I think you have that. I think people learn to ignore it.
I don't think everybody has it because not everybody grew up in a safe environment where their gut was able to build the trustworthiness.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of people grow up. If your mom is gaslighting you from jump, if your dad is gaslighting you from jump, if your siblings treat you like shit, if everyone kind of just makes you the inconvenience of their life as a child, then as an adult, you know you are just an inconvenience and you are wrong. Some people learn it for sure. I think a lot of people learn it, but some people.
Like
Some people,
intuitive, like you don't have like that self thing.
How could you?
Oh, I guess you're right.
How could you?
I guess
When your nervous system is dysregulated from birth. Think about it like this. If your mom is pregnant with you and you're going through she's going through all sorts of trauma, trial, tribulation, stress, that affects the baby.
Oh, sure. For sure.
So that's hardwired into your DNA.
I can see that. Okay.
Well, if she was going through that kind of stress while she was pregnant, it doesn't typically just disappear the second the baby comes.
Then
in.
I don't know how to lend that. I can even remember like things as a child that I get a feeling. I just know either I'm going down the wrong path or I need to correct, or this about to be a problem. Like, some people call it their spidey sense. It's like I get like a feeling in my belly.
Some people are just dumb and they do dumb shit.
That's true.
So much dumb shit where you're just like, this can't be real. But I'm telling you, a good number of people, like, if you never saw the lessons, why would you know this stuff?
Yeah, that's fair. I you're right.
If you never saw love growing up, how would you know when to recognize love in a relationship?
That's fair. That's very true. Well, classmate, she did have feelings. Her gut was talking to her.
But she didn't listen.
And she didn't listen.
And so, for that, you get a shenan.
Yeah, and if you shenan once.
He sure enough shenan again.
Yep.
In his sequels.
In your bed. See, that part to me, that's just downright, that's beyond disrespectful.
Downright and dirty.
That's terrible. No, you need to take the bed with you. I need all of that out.
But you know what?
What?
She wasn't writing for advice. She just wanted to share her story.
She didn't. And I'm not giving any. I'm sending her well wishes.
Well wishes.
Yes, because she's about to go through divorce. Divorce is her heart.
For sure.
Yeah.
This next one comes from onlyblackkids.com.
Onlyblackkids.com?
Yeah, onlyblackkids.com. You know, the hip happening news site where you can go and leave us your story. You can send a video or you can even leave a voicemail. That's onlyblackkids.com, you know?
I felt like a Jet2 holiday.
Nothing beats it. So let's jump into this one.
I'm ready.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Sawyer. The TLDR of this is my friends are in a clearly very toxic relationship, and I don't know if it's worthwhile to stay and maintain the relationship, or if it's best for me to no longer be involved in the relationship.
I have my thoughts, but let's listen to it first. This comes from, if you can pronounce it, you can use it. Can you pronounce that name?
Nope.
You don't even want to try?
Nope.
You just know you're going to get it wrong.
Yep.
Okay. I also know I'm going to get it wrong.
I'm not going to get in trouble for messing up people's names.
So you've got me this time. So we will not be saying the name. You know the worst part is, I got a little sneaking suspicion that I can say it right. But then, what if I'm wrong? Anyway, this one's titled, if you can pronounce it, you can use it. We'll call it that. Hello, Sawyers. First, I want to say I discovered y'all recently and have been watching a lot of your content because I love a good dynamic, and y'all got a fun one.
Ooh.
I'm not an only black kid in the class, but I am very often the only Armenian kid in the class. So I still know the feeling of being the only one.
Yep.
The reason I'm writing today is because I have some toxic friends in a toxic relationship, and I don't know how to move forward with them anymore.
Okay.
To preface, I'm autistic with a very strong sense of justice and fairness. This is important because it's part of my dilemma. I met my friend M on a dating app in early 2021. We'd both recently moved back to LA and hit it off as friends far more than anything else. Mm-hmm. I also clocked that we were too similar in some of our more toxic traits, so I made sure I create a friend-shaped distance between us to maintain our connection. Throughout our friendship, I've seen in him a lot of relationships, and I've told basically all of them to stop dating him because he's emotionally immature, deeply self-centered, and has a real penchant for ketamine. God damn. You know what K is, babe?
Some kind of drug.
It's a horse tranquilizer, man.
Oof.
It's that shit.
Okay.
I say this to M too. I don't believe in talking shit behind people's back if I can't say it to their face.
Me neither.
He has grown quite a bit and has been receptive to my feedback. This is the only reason I've maintained our friendship over the last 4 years. About 3 years ago, he started dating T. T's great, and we became fast friends outside of my friendship with M. But T's got her own shit, don't we all?
We all do.
But is generally more emotionally mature than M. Now, here's the thing. When M asked T to marry him, I told her, don't do it.
Uh-oh.
Not least because she's not yet fully divorced from her husband, though it's thoroughly over.
Oh.
They got engaged anyways and had a wedding, unofficial. So really just a $20K party with special features.
I was going to say, how can you have a wedding? Okay.
Shortly after they married, they had a massive falling out and T left M. It was ugly.
Oh.
I told them both it sucked, but it was for the best. Almost immediately, they were back together. They moved up north for T's university job and were out there for just under 2 years. They moved back less than a month ago. And on the day she came back into town, they again had a massive falling out. And she once again left him. I did my best to be there for both of them. But I told T once again, point blank, that this was the correct decision and I would be here to support her as much as I could. She called me crying and in so much distress and telling me how he was emotionally abusive and all this shit. The day I helped her move to a mutual friend's house where she would be staying temporarily while she figured her shit out, I noticed she had a hickey on her neck, but didn't press because none of my business. Fast forward to later that night, I messaged M to check in with him too, and he told me they'd spent the night and the day together and figured it all out. This is not what T told me, and I spent the majority of the day with her, and we talked about everything.
Yep.
But clearly, the hickey was from him.
Yep.
Fast forward a few days, and another mutual friend invited me out for drinks with M and co. I sort of figured this meant M and T, but I really hoped I was wrong. Well, when I showed up where M has been staying, there they were together, all smiles and laughs, and talked about how nice it is to be living somewhere where they have a dining room. I was not entirely caught off guard. I'm not stupid, but I was deeply disappointed. We hung out for a few, no one really mentioned the breakup, and when my friend Beefy and I... Is your friend's name Beefy? Because if it's a real name, funny. If that's the made-up name for the letter, that's a weird name now. All right. We hung out for a few. No one really mentioned the breakup. And when my friend Beefy and I were heading out, we briefly discussed how we were both disappointed that we're just back here again and how neither of us knows what more we can do. I have really lost respect for both of them. M just mentioned that he's open to therapy and couples therapy. And without any proof or action, she just right back into his lap.
Yep.
My friend Beefy and I both feel like we're just being manipulated and used as pawns in their weird-ass relationship.
Yep.
But I don't know what to do or how to move forward. I don't feel like I can say anything more because they're grown folks and what they want to do is between them.
Yep.
I'm neither their therapist nor their mothers.
Yep.
But I also just can't go on pretending like shit's fine and dandy. It would be very easy for me to cut them out of my life. I also have ADHD, so it'll hurt. But once something is out of my life, I tend to forget about it.
Yep.
But that feels like the wrong move. I do love them. And in group settings, we always have a genuinely lovely time. I would love to be lifelong friends with both of them. But I feel like it's just going to be this same pattern in perpetuity. So what should I do? Should I cut and run because both have shown their colors? Or do I stay and support and continue to believe that people are capable of changing for the better? I don't think I could maintain the friendship and also keep my mouth shut about things. I do wish for them to figure this out. They are perfect for each other in a lot of ways, but he especially needs a lot of therapy. Take it away, Mrs. Sawyer.
You want me to take it away?
For shizzle.
So I'm not really, I really don't know what to tell this person. I could say what I would do in the situation is I would just, she says she loves them. So I would keep them at that level. Like, let's just do group settings and, don't ask me for advice because you don't want it or you're not going to listen to my advice anyhow, kind of thing. Seems like she's tried to give it multiple times and they're going to end up doing what they want to do. So, nothing you could do. Things outside your control.
Yes.
But I wouldn't keep putting myself up in there to be, she said she spent the whole day. Oh, well, let's make a plan. Let's get you out of this. And then later on that night, she's back with him. She gonna keep doing what she got to do. So you don't have to be a part of that part.
You don't have to be a part of any of this.
Yeah.
The question I have is, you have the strong sense of justice and fairness. I understand that to a degree. I have had people I work with who have the same strong sense of justice and fairness. My question is, why are you friends with someone that you have actively warned people to avoid in dating? You're saying, hey, this person ain't shit. So if they ain't shit for them, why is this person in your life?
It's entertaining.
Well, then be entertained.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, but I think she's giving them more space in her life than they should have. You know, you have
at a certain point, you allowed them to cross the friend-shaped boundary that you placed.
Yeah.
I think if you want to keep them because you love them, then you just need to really, really strengthen that boundary and keep that wide distance.
Yep.
Like Mrs. Sawyer said, this is a social,
that's
fun, ha-ha thing. This isn't a, oh my God, I'm going through it again. Oh, your phone doesn't work that way. Your phone should work for planning get-togethers and all that.
Yeah.
Your phone should just not function when they want to call with the bullshit because that's what they're going to do. That's their pattern. They've shown you who they are.
They thrive off of that. You know, this dysfunction, they thrive off of that. These are just the people that they thrive off of that. That's how they live.
But if you think he's that toxic.
And she toxic too. She ain't innocent. They're good for each other. They thrive off each other, which that works for them, but you don't have to be a part of that. So you have to understand, hey, we can go have some wine. We can have great dinner. We can, go bowling or whatever the activity is. But, at the end of the day, that's like, oh, wait. Don't call. Was it T? Don't call me talking about M. M, don't call me talking about T. I see y'all together because y'all don't listen to my advice anyhow. Y'all work on that. Waste my time.
Don't save them. They don't want to be saved.
That's right.
Sounder words have never been said.
That's it. So you want to be around for a good time? Yeah, you wish them good things, wish them well. Just stay cordial.
Shout out Project Pat.
Yeah, and wish them well. Maybe they'll grow. You said Emma's grown. Maybe they'll grow together. Who knows? Let them figure that out.
Refocus yourself on your boundary.
Yep.
And these are social people only. These are not the close friends. Maybe kind of put some distance between it, a little bit of like detach to the best of your ability. Because if these are the people you're counting on for your social circle, you're going to be on the roller coaster with them all the time.
Yeah. And if you can't do that, because I understand some people are either 100% in or out, then just cut it.
Cut it. You need to cut it.
Yeah. If you're not able to do that, because I understand that too, right? Then, it might be hurting for you to see them continue to go through this loop of nonsense that's going to end up with them being hurt only for that little short period for them not to be and all that good stuff back and forth. You don't want to see that and get it out. It's your life.
For whatever reason, just now when you said it's your life, I just heard Mary J. Blige. I'm fine, 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 fine.
Ooh, that's my favorite song. That's my favorite Mary song.
Thank you for being our first voicemail that we played.
Yes.
You too can leave a voicemail at onlyblackkids.com.
Onlyblackkids.com.
This next one is life, love, and a lot of drama. Looking for your take.
Life, love, and a lot of drama. Let's go.
Hi, Mrs. and Mr. Sawyer. I love your show. You both always bring a smile to my face. I truly appreciate the positive example of marriage you're setting, especially within the Black community. I value the advice you share and would like your perspective on my situation. It's a long one, so I apologize in advance.
Okay, let's go.
I find it very interesting. When someone says it's long, a lot of times it's not long. Or if it is, I don't mind because they said up front it's long.
It's called setting expectations.
Yeah.
Yes.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
In December 2023, I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. At the time, my boyfriend of 2 years and I lived an hour apart, so we agreed that he and his teenage son would move into my home, Shanann. Before he moved in, I set clear expectations. He was to contribute half of all household expenses, and we would attend couples counseling to strengthen our relationship.
Okay.
He had previously been unfaithful, Shanann, supposedly only emotionally, not physically. So I also made it clear that fidelity was required. If he cheated again, he would have 30 days to move out. He agreed. To make a long story short, within a month of moving in, he stopped contributing financially. And I later discovered he was having sex with at least one other woman.
Nah.
Shenanigans. When I reminded him of our agreement, he refused to leave and said I'd have to legally evict him. Let the shenanigans continue. I contacted the court and was informed that before filing for eviction, I first had to provide him with a notice giving 30 days to vacate. He moved his son out, but continued living in my home rent-free, eating my groceries, using my internet, cable, and paying for nothing, including baby essentials. He also became physically abusive while I was pregnant.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No.
Pump the brakes.
At one point, when I was 9 months along, he pushed me into a wall after a verbal altercation about him having to move out. After this incident, I called his mother and told her she needed to come get her son because he had put his hands on me. Her response was, well, it sounds like you both put your hands on each other.
Oh, no.
Maybe you should stay with your sister for a while since he has nowhere else to go.
What?
Bitch.
It's
Now,
called,
if y'all
see,
don't stop-
you called the mama, you need to call the popo.
You need to call the police, and
Call
then you need
the
to call
popo.
you. What's the cousin? Cousin Lynn. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do.
Call
I
Cousin
would say
Lynn.
I got some other cousins I can call.
Cousin
Yes.
Lynn, you know, the one who spent more time on the inside than on the outside. What's a little vacation for him?
Yeah.
First call the police, then call Cousin Lynn.
Yep.
But either way, those are
Yes.
the calls you need to make,
Yes.
not to his mama.
Yeah. No, clearly.
Needless to say, I never contacted his mother again because the fact that you thought that me leaving my home at 9 months pregnant was the best was insane to me. The home where I pay the mortgage and all the utilities? Now, hindsight, I know I probably should have called the police. Yes.
Yes.
But I honestly did not think they would do anything, as I live in a majority black community and the local police department has had several issues with sexism and racism. Fast forward to the 30 days where I could file for eviction. I was 6 days postpartum. I was very ambitious about the things that I thought I'd be able to do after birthing a whole child.
Jeez.
Thus, needless to say, I did not have much time or energy to go to the court to file an eviction notice. At 3 weeks postpartum, he informed me that he was meeting with a realtor and intended to move out within a month. I reminded him that this was not the agreed upon arrangement and that he would need to move out ASAP. This led to another argument, as he argued that I would be paying for everything anyway if he didn't live there, so he didn't see what the problem was. This guy's a jerk.
No, that's an asshole. I'm not talking about no jerk. I'm getting all hot. Just getting ready for this.
Don't do it, babe. Don't
This
do it. Don't do it,
asshole.
babe. Don't do it. He also stated he'd move out when he found a house, but until then, he will give me what he had left over after he got done paying his personal expenses. His car note, his car insurance, graduate school bill, etc.
Child support much?
At this point, I removed myself from the conversation and just stopped talking as it was not going anywhere. He then tells me he's about to take our daughter, who's 3 weeks old and still breastfeeding, to his parents' apartment an hour away for the weekend, even though he has no car seat in his car, because again, he bought nothing for our daughter. I told him that he was not allowed to take her, as he began to get increasingly irate. I started recording him, audio only, without his knowledge. He then attempted to pull me off the couch while I was holding our daughter and pinned me down with our daughter underneath me. I yelled at him, telling him that he was hurting her, but he didn't care. I managed to call a friend who arrived with police. He was not arrested that day because the police officer said that I did not have any bruises and my daughter was unharmed.
Oh, what
However,
kind of police is this?
He was taken into custody the following day for domestic violence after I filed a police report. His mother then texted me to ask if I had him arrested. I sent her the recording of the incident in which the abuse is clearly audible. She then asked if I recorded all of the disagreements I have with her son. She didn't even ask if her granddaughter was okay. I did not address that comment, but reminded her that I told her that she needed to come get her son the first time he put his hands on me, and she did not. Thus, law enforcement came to get him. Since then, I have drained my account, spending over $10,000 in legal fees as he filed for joint custody in a different jurisdiction to delay proceedings. I'm now pursuing child support and full custody. He has provided almost no financial support, $150 total in our daughter's 12 months of life, and continues to file motions that require costly responses from my attorney. Despite this, I've allowed supervised visits in public places and kept him informed of major updates about our daughter. Yesterday, he sent angry texts accusing me of keeping our daughter from him and failing to communicate, despite my being the sole provider for her care. Exhausted from the ongoing back and forth, I provided him with my attorney's contact information. I feel that I have done everything possible to accommodate visitation, even while managing 2 jobs and graduate school. I do not plan to communicate with him further as he continues to gaslight me. My question is, am I wrong for stopping all communication and visitation with him and his parents until our court date, which could be 3 to 6 months from now? I feared that continued back and forth will only lead to more frivolous filings that I cannot afford, but I also don't want it to appear to the judge that I'm unwilling to co-parent, which could harm my custody case. Thank you for taking the time to read my lengthy email, and hope you all can give me some advice.
Oh my.
So, classmate, I am a therapist, not your therapist, and I'm definitely not a lawyer, though I watch a lot of Law and Order SVU. What I can tell you, 9 times out of 10, regardless of what anyone says, people get all emotional and say all this stuff. For the most part, the court is always going to just give joint custody. When people talk about, well, I'll get full custody and you won't be able to see your daughter. Listen, if you are a known crackhead, if you are a known crack prostitute who commits felonies, on your lunch break, you still have your rights as a parent. Now, I'm not saying go do all this stuff. And I'm not saying this isn't going to affect you. What I'm trying to let you know is he can say all the shit he wants to say. It's highly unlikely, I'm not going to say impossible, but highly unlikely a judge is going to say, you know what? He gets full custody. Because there's really no grounds for it. In most states, it is better for the state to work for reunification with a parent because it's very expensive for them to keep a child as the ward of the state. So, are you wrong for stopping all communication and visitation? I would tell you check with your lawyer.
Yeah.
If you are in danger, then you need to file injunctions about that. So it's not safe for you to do the drop off of the child because he has a known history of violence. He has been arrested for domestic violence. His parents have been aggressive towards you. You need to file all that, but you need to talk about all that with your lawyer.
Yeah. All that needs to be documented.
Yes.
Yeah. This is terrible. This just really breaks my heart, especially to me. There's 0 tolerance for physical abuse in any situation. And then also, you know how I feel about the kids. It's 12 months, so happy 1 year birthday for the baby. But I think there's a lot of grounds here for he'd have to have supervised visits, and definitely there needs to be some sort of cadence. And if he can't meet the cadence or whatever rules, then there has to be. But it's discipline on your side too. Right? Mm-hmm. It has to be very concise and very clear what the rules of engagement are. And the second it's broken, if I'm supposed to pick you up on Thursday, I can't do it. And, without means of, I'm telling you Wednesday night that I can't do it on Thursday, you need to that needs to be documented somewhere.
Some states have this program called the Wizard. In the Wizard, you can have all the communication. If they start cursing, Wizard takes it all out.
Yep.
One time for AI. Everything is documented. It's all there. The court can see it.
Yep.
So all that rah-rah that he wants to do, he can do it. Yep. But all that's going to be right in the court.
And if
you have access to that, do it.
If that is, and don't do any text. Only talk through that communication.
It might be called something different where you are, but most states have something like that. Also, you may, I don't know. I'm not sure when people should move towards having a guardian ad litem. I don't know that you need it because I don't know that he actually wants to be involved. It sounds more like he's just filing custody to play with you.
And he can have custody and still need to pay child support. So
chances are he's
trying to buy a house.
Chances are he has no interest in, I don't think he's trying to buy a house.
Yeah, I think that's wrong. But that's what he said. So that's the story. So if you got money to buy a house.
He had a realtor looking to move out. You can get a realtor to get an apartment. He never said he was looking for a house.
Oh, that's true. No, he said something about buying a house. I thought he said something about he would leave when he buy a house.
He informed me that he was meeting with a realtor and intended to move out within a month. That doesn't mean he's buying a house.
No, he said something after that, though, about the house.
It doesn't matter. The point is, you shouldn't do anything that puts you in legal jeopardy, but you also shouldn't do anything that puts your life in jeopardy or
Correct.
your daughter in jeopardy.
Correct.
The trauma that you have both endured already is too
crazy.
much. And I think that you need an advocate to speak for you, whether that's your lawyer, guardian ad litem, cousin Len. I don't know, but you need to make use of all this and to limit the amount of interaction you have with him as much
And don't
as
call his
possible.
mama no more.
His mom is the ops. His mom is
Yep.
never your friend. You don't.
I don't know.
She should have been blocked. She should have been blocked from the first time.
Yeah.
You should don't play with those people. They're fucking crazy and they're gonna ruin your life.
Don't let him in. Forget that.
So take care of yourself. Abide by the law.
Yeah.
But it sounds to me like you have a lot of injunctions you could be filing. Again, not a lawyer. You have to make sure you're taking care of yourself so that you can also take care of your daughter. He does not have you or your daughter's best interest at hand. That is my take.
Clearly not. I'm sorry you're going through this, but so send you some healing energy there.
Response to last week's episode, August 13th, 2025. So
Okay.
not last week for us, but you know.
What's that?
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Sawyer. It's your boy A-Dub checking in again. I wanted to share some pictures from our girl's birthday party. Proof that adults can have fun too, even at a kid's party.
Okay.
Secondly, I wanted to talk about a topic that was discussed on Ain't My Problem. Am I the asshole for feeling like it's not my job to make sure the kid's at my ex's house? Remember that one?
Not necessarily.
Well, there's a number of them that we've read, but this one, I think the dad got it and the mama don't. And the mama married a guy who is also broke.
Yeah.
And they had kids again.
Yeah.
So already they can't afford
yeah.
it. So when the kids go over to their house, it's like, oh, mother, you're so poor.
We're with the
when they're with dad, it's like, oh, thank goodness, please pass the caviar. I discussed this with my wife. I often ask her perspectives on topics that come up on the show. So she's a counselor, not your counselor. See what I did there?
Oh, I love that.
I see what you did there.
I love that.
And she gave an interesting take. She said, it's not the kid's fault that their parent can't afford something. If you, as the ex who has 2 kids with her, can help and it's within your means, why not? It's similar to donating to strangers. She emphasized that it shouldn't be in the interest of an obligation, but helping when you can isn't necessarily a bad thing. My take, I disagreed. Not my kid, not my problem. But I could see her perspective. Also, Mr. Sawyer, you mentioned that some kids aren't planned. I get that, but babies are literally created when D and P meet. And there are plenty of ways to prevent it if you're not ready. Birth control, condoms, and modern technology all exist. So I have to disagree there. Beyond that, I love your show. I appreciate the perspectives you share, even though you are a therapist, but not my therapist, or any of your listeners' therapist. Keep up the great work. And before I go, bitch, I'm thirsty. It's a movement. It's a movement.
Oh, I love it.
So here are pictures from the party.
Oh, they are having fun. Oh, look. Oh, beautiful hair. Oh, it's beautiful hair. Oh, I love it. Everyone is having a good time. They got a whole little bar outside. See, I need that outside.
So, no, you don't. You wouldn't
I
go
do.
outside. Stop it. Don't lie to these people.
I'll go outside.
Really?
Yeah. If we do the backyard the way I want to do the backyard, I would be outside.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. The cap continues. A-Dub. A-Dub's written before.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I like A-Dub. That's hilarious.
A-Dub.
Well,
I believe what I said about adults and kids' birthday parties is I'm not going to a kid's birthday party if I don't know this kid. So I have friends who have kids. I know the kid.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the birthday party.
yeah.
I'm not going to my coworker who I ain't never met that kid. I don't even really like them. I'm not going to that party. I'm not getting a present. I'm not doing any of that shit.
Yeah.
That's my stance.
That was the one where the coworker was going to the birthday party and they asked for 2 gifts because the other kid does not like to get
See,
gifts.
I wouldn't have been going in the first place.
Nah, I'm not doing it.
Now,
I'm not getting
if
no
I
2
have
gifts.
a relationship with the
I'm
kid,
still not getting 2 gifts.
the only time I get 2 gifts is when, like, my friend has twins. So,
Their birthday is the same day.
yeah, that makes sense. I'm not getting a gift for
No.
this kid and your other kid because
No.
you can give the participation trophy if you want to. But that's my only thing. That's my stance. I'm not anti-kids' birthday
And
party.
I do agree with your wife that if you want to do something, you shouldn't feel obligated.
Yeah, I agree totally.
I agree with that.
I agree totally. The problem is
It's still not your problem.
with
Like I agree
these-
with you too, saying it's not your kids, not your problem.
But with these stories, with the story in particular, the mom's or his ex-wife's new husband was like trying to like shame him.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you? What kind of man doesn't take care of his whole family?
Now he had kids before the wife. The wife had kids with the ex-husband, and then they had a kid. So it was like, okay, well, you took on all that. I don't know why you even talking to me. Like if I was an ex-husband, I don't even know why you even talking to me. I remember that one.
Those people are just entitled as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what kind of man are
No
you?
responsibility for taking care of your responsibilities.
Yeah, you knew the situation.
Yeah.
And then, Ada, why you got me on the defensive? When I mentioned that kids aren't planned, I get that, but babies are literally created. Yeah. I don't remember exactly because we record a lot of episodes these days. But I know whenever I say kids aren't planned, I don't mean that people don't know
How
what
it
makes
happens.
kids. I mean that these
They weren't
people,
planning.
you see a lot of these very toxic parents, they blame the kid for just appearing. Like the kid just like knocked on their door one day, like, I'm here. And it's like, no, they don't have children. They get pregnant.
Yeah.
Listen to some of these stories we've already read. This guy's seeing 8 different people. We don't know that he has one baby. 8 different women means he might have
Terrible.
12 different babies.
Could be. Who knows?
Do that math. But A-Dub, I do always appreciate your perspective. And I really remember the first time you wrote, because that was a great episode in my opinion. So thank you.
And thanks for sharing your photos of beautiful family. Beautiful family.
This one's called, Am I the Asshole for Defending My Partner from My Aunt?
Okay.
This came to us via onlyblackkids.com.
Onlyblackkids.com.
That's right. Onlyblackkids.com. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Sawyer. I love the podcast. I recommend it to anyone I can. So my boyfriend, male 30, and I, female 22, were on a call just catching up because we only see each other on weekends or if we take time off work. So during this call, I was talking about how my younger sister just graduated high school and wants to get in the job field first before going back to school. So since my boyfriend helped me get into the medical field, I wanted to help my sister get a good job to start off with, so I told her to talk a bit with my boyfriend on the call we were on. They talked while she was playing video games, and we didn't realize that her mic was on, and when we finished our call, I could hear someone speaking to my sister, and I asked who it was. It turns out it was my aunt, female 24, scolding my sister on letting my boyfriend yell at her and taking advantage of her. Mind you, I was right there with my sister listening to her and my boyfriend's conversation. In no way was he mean or pushy. He was only asking things like, oh, well, what are you interested in? To see what job field she would like to pursue. So I kept listening and I heard my aunt attacking my boyfriend's character, intentions, personality, even his looks, and it rubbed me the wrong way.
Okay.
Because she doesn't know him. They have never met because she's crazy and a huge narcissist. She jumped out of her boyfriend's car because they were arguing and broke her arm.
Oh,
So I decided to text her. I got to stop right there. You know we're gonna need that story on her jumping out of the car, right? Like I'm gonna get back. Like I'm gonna finish this letter, but like we're gonna need that story.
Yeah.
She jumped out of a car.
That's a little juicy there.
So I decided to text her and ask what her problem was with him helping my sister looking for a job. Her answer was because he's older and he grew up privileged and how she didn't like his attitude. She even tried to give me advice on how she knows how men are and to watch my heart because he can cheat, which I thought was so off topic, but discarded that. So I just texted her that she doesn't know anything about him and they've never met for her to have an actual opinion on him. I was so mad. I brought up how she's projecting her relationship problems onto me with her boyfriend love bombing her and getting her pregnant, and then telling her that he doesn't love her, to leave me and my boyfriend alone, and to keep our names out she didn't say all that, I'm sorry. And to keep our names out of her mouth, and blocked her. I know I shouldn't have told her that, and I didn't feel bad until after. Now she keeps taking my sister out to the store so she can keep talking about me and him and the situation, but my sister changes the topics. Also, she won't come near my house or even get off her car when she comes over because she knows I will go off on her. She even had the audacity to ask if I'm still mad. And when my sister answered yes, She said she doesn't know why I'm still mad. In my head, I'm thinking yes, because someone attacking you in your partner's relationship, character, intentions, personality is not a big deal. So am I the asshole for defending my boyfriend from my aunt? You know you're not the asshole. What do you ask her? You know you're not the asshole.
Yeah.
You know your aunt is nuts.
Yeah.
You know this lady's crazy.
Sounds like, yeah. It sounds just about right. Why do you even feel to ask that question? Because that's your aunt? Because you related to her? If that was somebody else, would you care? You'd be the same way.
What do you do when someone's disrespecting your partner?
That's right. You call them out on it.
What would you do?
I'll shut that shit down right away. You already know that.
I'll tell you what I've done in the past.
Shut down.
I've told this story before on the show, but I'm gonna tell it again. There is a lady. I don't even know her name. Right? I think we went to the same middle school.
Oh my God. Oh, I can't stand this.
I did not talk to her in middle school.
Oh,
I don't know
and nobody
her.
talked to her in middle school.
Guys, if I tell you why I remember her from middle school, it's really mean.
I can think of some reasons why.
It's really mean for the reason why I remember her. So I'm gonna
decline.
But then they're gonna be like, "Just tell us, Robert. Just tell us." How do you say this? You know what? I'll say this: we're all beautiful on the inside, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for some of us, it's just really on the inside.
Yeah. She's
I'm trying to say it the nice way, guys. I don't
very
want
distinguishing. Yep. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it there. So I don't know her. I'm not joking when I say I don't know her name right now.
I
But
do.
as an adult, specifically once I was out of grad school and working as a therapist, I've run into her 3, maybe 5 times.
She's probably looking for you.
I've run into her at my first job. I've run into her on the Metro Rail. I've run into her, like, just weird scenarios. And remember, I don't know this lady. I know we went to middle school, but I ain't even talked to her then.
Everybody talk to
And
her.
every time I've run into her, she find herself telling me about my wife.
Yep.
And I remember the first time, and I'm listening. I'm just like, oh, word, that's crazy. Oh man, I'm on the train. Like I can't like jump off. I'm not about to get up because it's ugly. I mean, because this person is, running their mouth. And she was just going on and on. I'm just like, hey, what you want me to do? You want me to ground her? Like, what do you want to come from this? Like, she don't fuck with you. What you want me to say? And it's crazy because you don't talk to this lady.
Ever.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
Shut it down.
Ain't nobody talk to her. She's just annoying. No.
And it sounds like your aunt is too.
Yep. That's it. Shut that shit down. That's it. Ain't nothing to talk about. But I would say, don't, like, I wouldn't make it bigger than what it is. You already said what you had to say. Like, that's it.
To get your ass out of here.
Yeah. You don't fuck with her. That's it. Yo, stupid ass bitch. I'm fucking with you. I always hear a song.
This one's called Y'all's Marriage Saved Me.
Oh, really? Who's y'all?
Y'all's.
Y'all's like us?
Us's.
Us? Us.
Well, you ignorant boy. You ignorant as hell. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Sawyer, I stumbled upon your podcast on Facebook. That is wild because we do not have a Facebook. So
We do? We have Facebook?
hell no, we ain't got no Facebook.
So how you stumble on Facebook?
Instagram, I know posts sometimes.
Oh,
Like,
it's owned by the same.
there's like
Gotcha.
a button you can press to make it post. I've never pressed that button.
Oh,
But you know what? I should start a Facebook because that's where our demographic
you
is.
keep saying that, but you haven't done it.
Yeah,
But
I'm
you've been doing everything else.
doing a few things, honey.
Understood.
Doing a few
Understood.
things.
Understood.
Which is a perfect segue. If you don't know, episode 100 is coming up. It is the last Wednesday in October. That is episode 100. Now, guys, I'm not saying we have a huge bonanza plan, but episode 100 is the milestone I've been hoping to get to, and it's coming up quickly. I'm working to expand the OBK experience. So a little while ago, I mentioned we're going to just mildly making some podcast friends. While we were in London, what do? Hang out with podcast friends. Yes.
We did.
Influencers and podcasters and
Fabulous
like
time.
just in, exclusive locations.
Yeah.
High above the city, looking down at all the poors and saying, oh, look at these people with no followers. No, it was great. It was great. We had some good connections. What else is going to happen? I don't know. Maybe a little more classmate interaction.
Ooh.
You know?
Ooh.
I can say a few things. I can't say too much. And the only reason I can't say too much is I have to do all this stuff. I have a whole list. And while it may seem like I have time, guys, I don't do this 24/7. So more OBK is on the way. Whatever that means. And I'm going to say it because I'm going to manifest it and put it out in the universe. We're going to do a live event. I don't know when. I don't know where.
Like a live event, like we go live?
No. Like a live event, like lights, camera, action. The people are going to come see us.
Oh, in person. So face-to-face live.
En persona.
Oh.
In the building.
Oh.
We're going to do a live event. Okay. I don't know when. I don't know where.
Okay.
But that's the next
milestone you have there?
Sure. I did not know the word, so thank you.
There you go.
That's the next milestone to get to. After all these other things I'm trying to do by episode 100.
Gotcha.
So more OBK on the way.
Okay. I want to get into this how do y'all's marriage saved the thing.
Just giving the announcements.
Okay. Let's go into the story.
Y'all's marriage saved me. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Sawyer, I stumbled upon your podcast on Facebook. I work remotely and needed new things to listen to while at home all day. I was married when I found your podcast to a white man. Hearing and seeing you both interact made me so uncomfortable and upset.
Oh.
I couldn't pinpoint it, but I kind of knew it was because my marriage was a mistake.
Oh.
His mother came out as a 45 supporter, an orange man supporter, if you will, shortly after I married her son. That was the cherry on top. There were more incidents like these from his family.
Ooh.
Their priest called me an anchor baby.
Oh, no.
His father nicknamed me Hot Tamale.
Ooh.
Mind you, I'm Afro-Latina from a family of immigrants. The divorce finalizes next month. I'm moving to Rhode Island next month. I don't know anything or anyone out there, but this isn't the first time I moved somewhere unknown, as I was in unwanted pregnancy, which my family made sure I was aware of on the daily.
Oh, my.
They abused me in every way, including making fun of my black features. Haven't seen or spoken to my family in half a decade. I'm excited for my new chapter in life, but I don't think I can ever date a white or Hispanic man ever again.
Oh, Mo.
Is it inappropriate if I make that a boundary/standard? Am I fetishizing black men? Hope I said that one right. I don't think anyone else could understand or respect my struggles. My ex-husband sure didn't. My pro-black civil rights activist friend and mentor, Dr. Jenkins, told me a few years back to not date white folks. She is a fellow Afro-Latina woman who had the same struggles as me. Godspeed, KNC. So the question is it inappropriate if I make that a boundary/standard? Well, let's do a quick reminder on what a boundary is. Mm-hmm. A boundary cannot police other people's actions. A boundary is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call this a boundary. I would call this a standard. I would call this a rule. Is this inappropriate? I don't date anyone that's not Mrs. Sawyer. I wouldn't engage in a relationship with anyone who isn't Mrs. Sawyer. That's just my standard.
Yeah.
Right? That's just my rule.
Yeah.
Now, imagine someone coming to tell me, well, you need to see other people. You would be a bad human.
Yeah.
No, the only issue when it comes to people that make those kind of rules is when you have to denigrate others.
Correct.
To support your choice.
Correct.
If you only want to date a certain type of person, that's your preference. Love who you love.
Yeah.
I am a big proponent of love who you love.
Me too.
Interracial is what you want.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is.
Or race is not even the factor. If that's the person you loved and it happens to be someone same race, not race, or whatever, doesn't identify race, whatever it is.
I disagree with
I
you.
think that I don't.
I disagree.
What do you disagree?
Because she's saying race is a factor, and is it wrong if she makes race a factor? And
well, that's part of her preference profile.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm saying there's nothing wrong if that's what her personal preference is. I'm saying that when looking for love, if you don't have that preference, I think you need to cast a wide net, right? Unless you already have tried and this is what you don't want, or you're not just naturally attracted to a certain type or whatever that is for that person. But I'm just saying, I don't think that's, that's what I'm saying.
I don't understand what you're saying whatsoever. So I'm going to say what I'm saying. Love who you love.
Yes.
It does not matter what anyone else says. It matters what you want. The only time it's inappropriate is when you're putting down others just to support yours.
Correct.
Your preference is your preference. Nothing wrong with that. Then you ask if you are fetishizing black men. If that's your what are you supposed to do? Date people you don't want to date?
Yeah. But then now are you going to make sure like they have to be a black man because of this experience that you had with your ex-husband?
Literally, that's what she said.
I'm saying that you can't like always make all or nothing kind of thing.
She's saying she is. So she's asking, is it wrong? That's what
it's not wrong.
If you want what you feel is a cultural connection, if you want someone that you think can relate to the struggles you've been through, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Love who you love. I don't think love has color. I don't think love has creed, gender, sex. I don't think religion, all that. I think you can love whoever you love and you can make a relationship work with whoever you want to have a relationship with. Just don't put other people down to support your decisions.
I agree.
This next one comes from our classmate in Detroit.
Hey, what up, though? I am a real person. This is real shit that's happening. It's not from Reddit, not from any other blog post. It's my life. Love the pod. Love the work you do. It's great entertainment. And just in general, an older male's perspective, or just, a married couple, a couple who's been together since freaking, you say 8th grade, 9th grade. Yeah, y'all grown as hell, like gray hair, grown as hell. That's a lifetime. I admire that. That's dope as fuck. That whole dynamic and general opinion from both of you guys would be wonderful to have. Thank you. I hope it gets read. I hope y'all respond. But, let me know. Much appreciated.
What up, Doe? Longtime listener, first time writer, all the way from Detroit. Love the podcast, and I binge, listen, have it playing from YouTube during majority of my shift. This situation has really been eating me up for a while, and I would truly love the Sawyers and other classmates via comments. Overall opinion. I, 31 female, Capricorn, and my dude, 34 male, Scorpio. Love life has gone extremely downhill. Backstory. We've been together about 5 years, both no kids, and not shacking up, nor actually plan on it. This downward spiral started roughly 1 to 2 years ago when I got my CDL and stopped smoking the Jamaican grass. Truck drivers get randomly drug tested and have followed the federal substance classifications, regardless if your state has recreational or medical provisions. I only drive local 3 to 4 nights a week, so I'm basically home every day. Nothing within the relationship dynamic has changed since I got my CDL. I still find him attractive, and the bang, 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 Pop's voice, bang, 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 is still great when it does go down. The problem is, out of nowhere, my libido just went straight to the gutter. Like, I only care to engage in bang, bang maybe 2 or 3 times a month, at most. And I know my dude is going through it. He's uber horny all the damn time, but there's nothing triggering my brain to activate the same thing. Watching porn has never been interesting to me since high school. We still cuddle, make out, do massages, and have other types of general PG-13 intimacy as we did from day one. However, that's not triggering anything from within me anymore. Is this normal? Does this mean I'm bored with him? He's not a cheater. Well, hasn't cheated as far as I know. But if he does decide to hit some buns on the side, can't really blame him.
Oh, no.
I have a strong love and bond to this man, but I'm aware that lack of bang bang can be death of a relationship. He doesn't pressure me to do anything I don't want to do, but deep down, I know he ain't feeling this. I guess what I really want to know is, how can I get my natural groove back? Has this type of thing happened within your relationship/marriage? And what steps did y'all take to get it back right? I've looked into maca root and other herbal supplements for a female libido boost, but they have a side effect of increased fertility. Definitely don't want that at all. And although you, Mr. Sawyer, are a therapist, just not my therapist or a bang bang therapist in general, a male perspective is greatly appreciated. Much love to both of y'all and the other classmates who might have suggestions.
All right, male perspective.
Well, the first thing I would say, classmate, is the human body is a treasure trove of different things going on. I would never first assume something's wrong before I got a medical checkup. So for me, we call it a rule out. So is it something psychological? Is it something physical? We don't know, but you go to the doctor and get a workup so you can get the medical clearance saying, hey, we know it's not this. Because hormones are always changing. Your body is always changing. There's always new things. Stress, the way stress can impact your body is crazy. So I wouldn't just assume it's just something wrong with you until you know what's going on inside. Mm-hmm. That's where I would start. Does this mean you're bored with him? From what you write, it doesn't sound like you're bored with him at all. It sounds like your libido isn't there.
I agree with you, honey. I think that you should really just talk with your doctor. Get a full panel. And when I say full panel, doctors don't always run a full panel. They like check for like just certain hormones, but like get a full hormone panel and thyroid test. Like all of that just comes with age. But I would also just talk with him too. It sounds like you really care for this person, and like this, you truly your partner, and it sounds like you are still into them. It doesn't sound like you're bored of them at all. It's just that, you know, your libido, your body is not reacting in the way that you're used to. I would have a conversation with him and see where he is. He may be going through it. He may not be going through it. He may understand, may want to also be there for you as well. So don't like put it all on, don't put so much pressure on yourself on things that you may not be able to control. And, I wish you a lot of luck there, but I would first start with the doctor and then have a conversation with your partner. If it's your partner, it sounds like you have a good relationship with them. You want to talk through it. Don't make assumptions.
He said if he does decide to hit some buns on the side, you can't really blame him.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that 1,000%.
Why?
Unless you guys have that understanding. I mean, like if you guys are saying it's just the two of you and there's no outside in, then that's why you need to have the understanding to see if he has, you know, expectations bigger than what they are, or he doesn't want to live the way that it is. But I think it should still be something that's discussed. If he's thinking about going outside the relationship, then I think there should be a discussion as to why we're adults, right? It's nothing about blame and whatnot. It's understanding what the boundaries of the relationship is. I think it's a lot of, like I said, putting a lot of pressure on yourself.
You said you have a strong love and bond to this man. So I would encourage you to lean on that strong love and bond. Mm-hmm. I don't think assuming that your relationship is over due to the change in your libido, you really have to understand how much stress can affect everything. Your mental health affects your physical health and vice versa. What's going on in your life? You said it changed when you got your CDL. What were the other changes in your life around this time of getting the CDL? And we'd have to look at how all of that has affected everything. Mm-hmm. You're right. I'm not a bang bang therapist, just been trained by one. There's so many things that play into it. So first, start with the checkup of you. What's going on medically, physically with you? And then let's look at all the stress in your life. And if you think there's no stress, that is great. Let's look at everything in your life. Let's take a holistic look at your life. That means we're going to look at every area with equal importance and try to figure out any changes, anything that this could be a symptom of. And then we would start talking with the two of you and to how you can bridge this gap and have the communication of what's going on, how it's affecting you both, and where you want to go from there.
Don't belittle driving trucks either. That is a very stressful job. She kind of said it started with a CDL. That's a very stressful job.
You might not think so because you're home every night, but
it's still stressful. It's extremely stressful. I've seen so many videos just this week alone here of how many accidents there's been or near miss accidents, and it's a lot of responsibility. So don't take that for granted either. But good luck there. Hope you have that open dialogue with your partner.
This one is called OBK Appreciation Message.
Ooh.
Hola, Mrs. and Mr. Sawyer. Found your podcast on IG, and I'm thanking my algorithm. I binge watched all your episodes, and then I decided to wait a couple of weeks. It was hard for you to make more and keep on binging them. I thank you for the laughs you have brought to my daily routine and the insight to situations one might come across in life. Hopefully not the bad ones, only the 2% happy ones you read. I deeply enjoy watching you love each other and laughing through life, as you say. But the best part is the judging just a little part, which is highly enhanced with a significant other. 10 out of 10 do recommend. I want to make an observation about a comment that has repeated itself through the episodes about Mr. Sawyer disrespecting or being mean to Mrs. Sawyer. Do these people really think Mrs. Sawyer would put up with someone who would treat her badly? Don't be estúpido.
Yes.
She says, don't be estúpido. This lady is a queen, and she found herself a king that adores her, and this is easily seen through the screen.
Talk that
Goals.
talk. Talk that talk.
Mrs. Sawyer has so much self-respect and self-esteem that she could share with all the class. So I think it's offensive to even suggest that she wouldn't stand up for herself or put someone in its humble place. Send those classmates to detention. I also love how Mr. Sawyer never misses a beat when saying that he won in life by having her as his wife and best friend. I feel people who say Mr. Sawyer is mean are a bit sensitive or just be trolling. When you guys banter back and forth, it is equally enjoyable, but some people can't appreciate it.
No.
Also, it's very obvious Mrs. Sawyer is the star of the show. Her cackles and comments are one of the best parts of the podcast. But I would like to give a shout out to Mr. Sawyer, as he obviously puts a lot of effort to give us top content, great editing, and building a context theme for this community by expanding the classmates' lore.
Yes.
And of course, for convincing Mrs. Sawyer to join him on this project, which is a win in itself, as I didn't see Mrs. Sawyer as engaged as Mr. Sawyer in the first few episodes. But look at her now, principal of our OBK school. P.S. I'm curious about the statistics you mentioned in your earlier episodes about listeners around the world. I'm from Chile, and you never mentioned South America as a place where someone was listening to you guys. Or maybe it's because we might be just a few and it doesn't show up. Anyhow, know that you have captivated this Latina with your sass, Miss Sawyer, and dedication, Mr. Sawyer, to the OBK community. A big hug from Chile.
Hey, Chile. Oh, I love
Chile?
that. I like Chile.
So you want to know about the stats. I will tell you something very interesting I just discovered yesterday. I can go deeper into my stats, and now I can see it's not just like state. I can also see the city in different countries or in different states in the U.S. The reason why South America does not come up is because it is so low. It's like 0.000 something. So it's not that there's zero, but it ain't the thousands. For example, in the Philippines, I guesstimate there's like 3 to 5 people in the Philippines. But, you know, it pops up consistently.
Yeah.
Recently, I discovered our biggest city is Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas.
And it just shocks me because I don't think
shocking.
I've ever had someone be like, Houston's in the house.
I know.
Houston, Texas, but not just on one platform, across platforms. Houston, Texas is our biggest
Houston,
city,
Texas.
followed by Dallas.
Wow.
And from there, it starts changing. It's different on platforms. Some cities and states pop up more often. For example, I assumed our audience in South Africa was based in Johannesburg. La verdad es que no hay números sobre los alumnos, los compañeros de la clase, específicamente, pero hay mucha gente en todo el mundo. So, muchas gracias por tu letra. We appreciate you.
Muchas gracias.
That too. This one's called Relationship Advice.
Okay.
And it comes from onlyblackkids.com.
Only blackkids.com.
I don't know if you guys are picking up on a theme here. Apparently, it's happening over at onlyblackkids.com.
It's going down.
And if you think it's happening now, just wait till you see what's coming. What's the deal, OBK? I hope this message finds y'all in good spirits. I've been listening for a while, and I really appreciate your perspectives and the advice you give to those who write in. If no one said it lately, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And thank you for tuning in.
Yes.
I've wanted to reach out for a long time, but I held back because I didn't want to be judged. Still, this has been weighing heavy on me, and I'd really like your advice. Mr. Sawyer, I know you're a therapist and not my therapist. You don't know, I don't even say it anymore. They know.
I love it.
They know.
I love it. Yes.
But if you take TRICARE and do virtual appointments in Texas, let me know. Haha. Damn, didn't I just say Texas is our biggest? Because number 2 is Dallas.
You did.
Yeah, I don't remember anyone saying they're from Texas. Look,
Nah, you did.
Didn't even do that on purpose, guys.
Look at that.
He said TRICARE, so let's thank him for his service because TRICARE is military. Here's my dilemma. I've always felt a bit of a disconnect from my dad's side of the family. Growing up, my dad spent the first 12 years of my life in and out of jail due to addiction. My brother and I were around his side of the family sometimes, but nowhere near as much as my mom's side. Because of that, I've never been especially close to them. I've been in the Navy for 14 years, and like many service members, I've often felt out of sight, out of mind. This is especially true with my uncle. My dad passed away a few years ago, and my uncle is the last of my grandmother's children still living. I've really wanted to have a closer relationship with him, but whenever I reach out, he either seems uninterested or gives me one-word replies. It's not like I'm blowing up his phone. I don't text or call all the time, but when I do reach out, I'd at least expect a reply or maybe even a call back. Maybe that's foolish on my part. Recently, I invited him to a party my mom threw. He would have had a chance to meet my 4 children. He didn't respond at all. Later, I found out it was the same day as his daughter's birthday party. Oh. That hurt. I would have understood if he just said, can't make it, it's my daughter's birthday. But being ignored felt disrespectful. So here's my question. Should I just cut ties and let things be what they are? Or should I try calling him and actually telling him how I feel? Any advice y'all can give would mean a lot.
Well, I'm going to say, I think you guys need to have a one-to-one conversation, not just a invite to a birthday party, because it seems like it's important to you. So if it's important to you, I think you should pursue it. But just be ready to understand like where that person is in life. But at the same time, it seems like you should pursue it since it seems important to you to have some sort of relationship, so some dialogue there.
I will add to that. Maybe be very specific and say, like, you know, put it all out there. I want to have a closer relationship. Mm-hmm. I know we haven't spent a lot of time together throughout my life, and I want to have that relationship and get to know you while we still can. Is this something you're interested in? It's forcing you to be vulnerable, but once you put it out there, his response to that lets you know everything you need to know. Yep. If you get no response, then you have no choice but to let it be what it be. Yeah. You don't have to cut ties. There are no ties to cut. Right. And if he says, well, yeah, I'm interested, he then has to follow that up with action. And I usually think, you know, we want the adults to do more of the work, but you're an adult now. And sometimes people really don't know how to do these things. Sometimes people really are emotionally stunted. I don't want to give him excuses up front, but if he responds positively to you saying that, to you putting that out there, yeah, pursue it, kind of take the lead on it a bit more, like make the suggestions, hey, let's meet up for this or that, or really, really guide it and give the direction. Because if you leave it up to him, you're never going to have that relationship.
Some people are just not good at that.
I don't want to assume it's because he doesn't want to. Let's find out for sure. Yep. So put it out there, put all the cards out there. Let's see how he responds. Yep. And let the cards fall where they may. I think that's what they're saying.
Yep. Good luck.
Good luck. Just a few more. This one's called Relationship Future Advice. I know you're a therapist, but not my therapist. But I would really greatly appreciate your insight. I'm a 28-year-old man dating a 31-year-old woman. We've been together 7 months, but have dated for a little under a year. About 3 months into our relationship, my girlfriend moved to Philly for work. Initially, things were good. We saw each other every month and made it work. But I've noticed when it comes to our relationship, my girlfriend likes to be in the moment and doesn't really bring up the future much at all. I'm more of the emotional one and want to talk about feelings and all those things, whereas she doesn't much at all, or only does if or when I bring it up. I've been married before, so the idea of marriage doesn't scare me or anything, but the idea of moving away and restarting my life again to be with someone does. My girlfriend truly checks off all my boxes and makes me happy, but I can't see us agreeing on where we live, and because of her career, relocation isn't much of an option. I would love any advice on how we could either come to a point of compromise or just accept that we could need to move on.
That seems like a opportunity to align on what it is that you got going on, and make sure that the person, the girlfriend, sees the same future that you do. It sounds like there might be a misalignment there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think we need to align before we start talking about the plans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to talk about marriage. It doesn't seem as though she's ready to talk about marriage because it doesn't seem like she's there.
Right. And it's been only 7 months, right?
It's been 7 months. Some people say you know when you know. Some people say you know early.
Maybe she's not there. Or she may not want to. I don't know. It seems like that conversation hasn't happened.
So much of your relationship has been long distance.
Yes.
And that's definitely going to affect it. It's not impossible for you guys to grow. You're even open to moving, but you don't want to move and this relationship isn't there. So right now the relationship isn't there. So it's about being intentional with more conversation. And I think be more upfront. And what I mean by that is, hey, I'm looking towards a future with you. Are you interested in that? What could that look like for us? Where do you see for your future? Not just where do you see us going, what are we? But where do you see for your future? If she tells you, I never want to be married, then you already know this is not going anywhere. If she tells you, no, what we doing is cool, then you already know this is what she wants. She's here for a good time, not for a long time. Maybe she likes having, a lot of, I'm on these internets and I see more and more people want to be together, just not like together. A lot of people want to keep their house and you keep our house and we'll just raise our kids in between. And you know what? If that works for you,
By all means.
Godspeed.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like that's what you want. I think you just have to be very clear. It's almost the advice I just gave with our last Ask the Black Kids email. Be very clear in stating what you want and see her response. And then you have to act according to that. So how do you come to a point of compromise? You won't come to that compromise until you guys understand where you both are. Right? So if you don't know her position and if she's uninterested or doesn't know your position, there's no compromise. So you have to find out more of what she's thinking, where she's saying. She's in Philly. She's going to be in Philly for a while. Ask her, hey, what did you think about, how long did you want to do long distance before we brought it together? And just talk to her more. A lot of conversation.
Good luck.
And in our final Ask the Black Kids. This one's titled, Am I the A-hole? Hi, I just started watching your videos and I find it's calming to listen to you guys. Especially Robert. You are my favorite. Though Mrs. Sawyer is awesome as well.
I'm not the calming one.
I'm sorry if this is a bit long, maybe. And I wish to remain anonymous, please. I don't think my husband listens to you, but he should. Anyways, since he thinks therapists are a scam and only weak men choose therapy. But yeah, just in case. You know what?
Oh, some of them are.
I'd say some therapists are definitely scams. Some therapists are nuts.
Are scams. Yes.
Therapists are nuts. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I know a lot of therapists and they're nuts. Do I know any non-nuts therapists?
It's almost a qualification.
Yeah, I know a few non-nuts therapists. I know a few, but I know more nuts. I mean nuts. I mean, whoa. Like this is what you do for a living, really? Like that kind of thing. Only weak men choose therapy?
No, that part I don't. I was talking about a therapist.
Am I the asshole for changing my mood about trying at least 3 times for a boy? About trying to have kids? Honestly, I'm so exhausted, so I'm sorry if this is all over the place. I, 24-year-old female, have 2 daughters, a 4-year-old and a 6-month-old, with my 48-year-old husband of 5 years. He has been a good husband and has been so patient with me over the years, teaching me a lot about life, and I really appreciate everything he has done for me. He found me at the bus stop and took me in after I was with my mom and she kicked me out once I turned 18 because her boyfriend said there was no more room for me and I was old enough to be on my own. He didn't even know me, but he listened to me, fed me, and took me in, and even bought me clothes and took me to school. He saved me from a situation that could have ended badly, so I know I could never repay him for this. And I know giving him children is my job as a woman, is the least I can do for him. But I really don't want to be pregnant again. I had preeclampsia with both of my pregnancies, and with this last one, it was so bad it turned into eclampsia. I had seizures and a stroke and ended up needing an emergency C-section.
Oh my gosh.
The stroke left me with some speech issues and gripping issues. I know every woman goes through things because Eve ate the apple, and I also know that even pregnancy is different. And I also know that every pregnancy is different, but I really don't want to do this again. I'm scared I may have another stroke or even die, and I'm a bit upset that my husband can't see how badly this scares me. He keeps bringing up the fact that I always knew he needed a son to feel complete, and that I agreed when we first got together and talked about this. I agreed I would try at least 3 times before giving it a break depending on our finances. He says I crushed his dreams by going back on our promise, and that if he knew I would be this selfish, he would have left me at that bus stop.
Oh no.
I know he wants a son. I know I told him I would. I know I'm going back on what I agreed on, but I truly never figured that things would happen like this. It was never my intention to lie to him. I honestly wanted to do this for him. Am I really that bad for just not wanting to put my body through this again? I know he is a man, so it's hard for him to understand the struggle of a woman, but how do I get him to see that his daughters are enough, and it does not make him less of a man? He has become angry and distant and said he feels like I tricked him into marriage by lying about wanting a son, but really, I didn't know how bad pregnancy can get. I don't mean to be selfish, but I don't think I ever want to be pregnant again. I can't help but feel like he should understand where I'm coming from, but I don't really have anyone to ask but him. Am I wrong for going back on our agreement? Again, sorry if I'm all over the place. Honey, before you say anything, I think it's very important you hear this, and I want you to hear this from a man, right? So I'm a man. I'm so sorry for you in reading this email. You are very young, and it sounds like you have been abandoned several times in your life. But I have to stress this to you. Anyone that tells you you are being selfish because you don't want to go through something where you almost died before is just a fucked up human being.
Nope.
There's so many things that you wrote that it breaks my heart to read.
Yep.
So let me read some of these. You said, giving him children is my job as a woman. Really? Really? Is that your job? You were put on earth to give this person who was twice your age a child? There's so many issues. I'm not even sure where to start. So, for example, you've been together for 5 years. 5 years ago, you were 19. 5 years ago, he was 43. Why do you think a 43-year-old man picks up a 19-year-old girl from a bus stop?
Yep.
You think it's just out of the kindness of his heart? I'm a kind man. If I were in that situation, I might pick up a 19-year-old girl and I would take her to a shelter or to a place where people could take care of her.
Yep.
I wouldn't start taking care of her because there's something wrong there. And I'm a really nice guy. But I'm also a nice guy that understands. And I'm not telling you your husband is a bad person. I'm not telling you he had malicious intent.
No.
But a 43-year-old guy picked up a 19-year-old girl from a bus stop when she had nowhere else to go. And now you're indebted to him?
To give a boy?
And now you're selfish because you don't want to.
That sounds like
you don't want to die?
I'm trying to let you do your part, but this sounds like manipulation.
I don't know that your husband has your best intention, the best for you in mind. As a matter of fact, I know that he does not have the best intention for you. You almost died. Now, if you loved pregnancy and it was just the most positive experience and you were just like, I don't want to try anymore, and you said it, you still wouldn't have to do it. Because you never have to do it. But he's not even pretending to see your side. That's a fucked up human being. And I was about to apologize if that's offensive, but you know what? I think perhaps you guys need to be offended a little bit, because he should be offended that he positions things and he manipulates the scenario for it to seem like you're lying to him, for it to seem like you're not doing your part.
Yep.
Like you're not offering, I took you in. At least you could give me a son. You know, there's a king in England that did this. And he kept killing his wives. He killed 2 wives because they wouldn't give him a male heir. Again,
that's determined on the man's side.
You understand, we now have this thing called science.
Yeah.
We've learned a few things with science. That's him that's not giving him a male heir. That's not you.
Correct.
He's all X's. What are you supposed to do? Let's say you got pregnant again. It was a girl again. What are you going to do? Keep going?
Yeah.
Some people do that. Some people do that.
He thinks you're just a surrogate. You might need to find a surrogate.
I don't, what is he doing that's a husband?
That's
for
terrible.
example, he definitely needs to talk to somebody. He's a fucked up human being.
Yeah.
You can even play this for him and tell him that I said he's a fucked up human being. And here's why he's a fucked up human being. As on this here internet, we have people talking about what men should do, what women should do. Everyone's deciding what the roles are. It's just so fucking stupid. You need to decide the roles in your own relationship. But what I feel confident saying is that no self-respecting man, I mean these fuckboys that people be dealing with, no self-respecting man will look at a woman he allegedly loves and says, you know what, you almost died, but do it again for me. That's fucking crazy. So, in the interest of keeping this helpful, I think you're in a terrible situation. I don't think you're actually in a marriage. I think you're in some kind of servitude where this guy who has been manipulating you since you were 19, though legally an adult, very much a child who was recently abandoned by her mother.
Yeah.
And I think he's been manipulating you to get you to do for him and using the advantages of him being so much older than you. He's fucking old. He's old as fuck. All right? Like, he's older than me. He's old as fuck. And he's telling you all this shit. And who do you have to talk to?
Yeah.
So whereas sometimes I'm like, y'all need to stop talking to everybody else about your relationship. You need to talk to more people about your relationship.
Yeah.
Because you seem very isolated. And there's no one to tell you, hey, that's not love.
That's not how that works.
None of this sounds like love.
That's not how that works.
This sounds like control. This sounds like manipulation.
And it's not your job to be doing that.
So I have lots of questions for you. For example, do you work? Do you have friends? What's your community? What's your social circle look like? Because if I were to guess, I'm going to guess he controls the money.
Probably controls
I'm going to guess
the money.
he has the final say. It's his way or the highway.
Probably has no way out. She feels
Keeps you
beholden
very
to them.
isolated.
That's what she's supposed to do. And that's what she's supposed, as a woman, that's what she's supposed to be doing. It seems like it's a very controlling thing. And I really empathize with her.
He needs a son so that he knows he's complete. He sounds like he's incomplete as fuck.
Correct.
Think about it. Think about this. Think
Correct.
about this. He's 48. So for 43 years, he was just fucked up in the game, incomplete, didn't know shit about himself. Then he found a 19-year-old girl and said, finally this teenager's gonna make me complete. That's a fucked up human being.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not coming off too strong. But I do hope you take this very seriously. I don't think you're in a safe situation. I think you're in a very precarious situation that at best needs more communication. But in reality, I don't think communication is going to do you any good. I think you're with a fucking controlling, manipulative bitch. And I think that you need to save yourself. And I'm not going to tell you to just run. Maybe your relationship is better than I know. I doubt it. But just in case it is, you need to build the community around you and the people around you, because none of this sounds safe. You should die so I can have a son? That's fucking crazy. Anything you want to say, honey?
Nope. I agree with you.
All that said, I still don't think I got my point across, but I'm not gonna drag it. Your husband is lacking in the most essential things, and that is the care and concern for his partner. So for me, the most important thing isn't the fruits of your union. It's the union that can then bear the fruit. So I don't know. You didn't say what kind of father he is. This doesn't sound like he's a great father. Again, Maybe he is. I don't know. But that he kind of looks at his daughters as though they're not enough. That's the way you wrote it. So like, or just females don't really matter. Like what's his whole angle? He sounds like he sucks, and I high key want to tell you get the fuck away from him. But you need to develop support, financial support, spiritual support, community support before you do that. This sounds dangerous as hell, and I'm very, very worried about you. That's all I got. Last thing. I'm not going to say it because privacy and shit, but I'm looking at what your email is, and I hate what your email is. So I'm hoping that you can do the work so that you can change the name of your email address. If the email that you've used is any indication of how you see yourself, then everything I'm saying is justified and most likely true. And I highly, 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 highly hope and pray for you to find safety in your life, to find support in your life, to find love in your life, because this ain't it.
Yeah.
48-year-old motherfucker gonna talk all this is fucking crazy. Oh, when I tell you this shit can't be real, but I think it really is. People are going through it out there. God damn. That actually angers me. Yeah. Don't have any funny stories to end it up with, guys.
No.
That shit is so
That's
bad.
kind of like changed the whole mode.
Yeah, because I think that person is in a bad place.
I do too. In a not safe place.
Any words of
without any community, I'd say try to find some sort of community. But I'm just from historically, normally that's in a very controlling place, and she's gonna feel trapped.
Especially if he controls all the money.
Yeah, and
keep her pregnant so she doesn't really do anything.
And she's pleading that she doesn't want to get pregnant again.
Gaslight her, tell her she's not doing enough.
Yeah.
The least you could do, you lied to me. How the fuck was I supposed to know?
See,
that's crazy.
I'm not with.
That's crazy. You lied to me. You should have known you were going to have a stroke. That's crazy.
It's terrible.
That's crazy.
It's
like a twisted mind.
Impaired her speech. Like that's just.
She had a stroke.
That's just.
What's the healthy part of having the stroke?
No, there's never any healthy part, but it actually there's severity of stroke. It was damaging. So that's the part I'm saying.
It has changed her speech and her grip.
Yes.
Get pregnant.
No. And then it's like, what do you want? What are you gonna do? Like, who's gonna be there to take care of the girls? I feel bad for the girls being there, since they're just supposed to be here to have babies for somebody else.
Well, because women are pointless.
Yeah, I don't like
the whole point that they have. The least they could do is just provide sons.
I don't want to talk anymore about this. I feel bad for the poster, and thanks for writing the story. I do send a lot of positive things your way. I can just tell you to try to stay strong and look for some community, and try to find some. I don't know enough to of how to say give any more resources for assistance.
I don't know where you are, but I will try to find some things to put in when I edit this. So hopefully you can watch this and hopefully reach out to someone, because I think you need more light on the situation. Remember, all these monsters really only operate in the dark.
Yep.
Right? Because I promise you on God, your husband would never say this shit to me, because he's never dealt with someone that's gonna either, I'm not talking about fighting him and shit, although I would mollywop his ass, but I'm talking about he says this shit to you because you're young, because you're impressionable, because he tries to rule with an iron fist,
and he knows where you can't. He knows that you were by yourself.
He is a weak man.
Yeah.
He is the weak one.
He prayed.
I do hope you. Oh man.
Yeah.
This is oh man. I don't. There's no comedy. There's no lightweight. There's no segue for me to get out of that. I hate that email. I hate that this person's in it, and I wish I could actually do something, but
yeah,
I am just a podcaster. So with that said, that is real life.
Yep.
It's not always sunshine and rainbows.
Yep.
But hopefully what we try to do with this podcast is bring some brevity into your life, get some insight into situations. We don't have all the answers, but hopefully we can all figure it out together. I am working very hard to keep building our community so that we can engage more in a number of facets. All will be revealed soon. And if you're watching this, just going to throw it in. If you're watching this, it's a Wednesday. The Friday after, whatever day you're watching this, the Friday after, you're going to see the return of OBK Reacts. Still titled OBK Reacts. It's going to be like OBK Reacts / This Can't Be Real. Because everything I'm looking for us to react to, the things you guys are sending in, getting a lot of submissions for things for us to react to. Whenever I look at it, I just be like, this can't be real. But a lot of it is. So, if you'd like us to respond to your story, we've said it a billion times, onlyblackkids.com. Go on and submit that email, that voice note, that video. You can still email us at asktheblackkids.com. Of course, you can follow us on Only Black Kids on all socials, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. What else? What else we got?
And don't forget to leave that 5-star review.
That's what I was going to say. Honey, our reviews have grown on Spotify.
Awesome.
We can always take some more, though.
Yes.
So take a moment, give us those 5 stars, get us up there. And, you know, it's not just for our clout and stuff. It's because we are touching more people. And if we can all be there for each other, even if it's not just our podcast, but that's what we want to use our podcast as a vessel for, because maybe someone might be going through something and they can hear some of this stuff and it helps them.
Yep.
So that's why we're asking to keep us up there in this crazy ass algorithm. That's it for me, guys. Anything you want to say?
No. Bye.